Hey guys, so it's been 2 days since my last vlog, so I'll catch you up on what's happened since yesterday and for the remainder of today. So it's about a little after 5:30 here, and it is Thursday. And let's see, so yesterday we had our very first class of Erasmus, which is basically what they call all of the foreign exchange students that come from other European countries, not Americans. So we had to wake up earlier than I wanted to show up to class. And we get there, and then the teachers come in, don't introduce themselves, don't say anything, made everyone sign in, and then we had to take an exam. And I was just like, this is already my favorite class. So we take this test, and it was just like, it was so simple, and it was just like really annoying. It was like a bunch of fill in the blanks or like multiple choice. One thing was like reading, and then you had to answer some questions and stuff. And it's like I assumed that we were like trying to test out of this class, and I was like, okay. So finished the test in like 2 seconds. It was just like really easy. And then I made sure that for the writing portion of it, I really just overdressed up all of my responses just to make sure that they realized I knew exactly what I was talking about and I didn't need a class if it was going to be the level of the rest of the test. So we take the exam and then we're waiting forever, and everyone was like clearly done and they just weren't taking the tests from us, and they didn't want us to like hand them in. And then finally we were sitting there forever and they're like, so take a quick break and come back. And I'm like, okay. So I go to hand in my test, and at the top it said like name, last name, nationality. And he was like, American? He was like, you're not Erasmus. And I was like, so we go to the bar. Bar is not like a bar at home. It's just somewhere you can get drinks and like food, usually like somewhere like a cafe where you can get like coffee and stuff. And there's one in the school, although one in the school also sells beer. Anyway, so I bought a can of Pepsi. Surprise. And then we went back to the classroom and then we waited. And then they made everyone move and we had to go up to the computer lab, which is like prehistoric. And I just can't even believe that it's the way it is. The computers are so old and like they're running on like Windows 98 or something. I'm like, what? So we go up to the computer lab, and then they had graded our tests, so they start handing them back. And then there are two teachers. One's the actual teacher, but he hasn't done anything. And then the other one's his assistant, who's literally taught the entire course thus far. So they start passing him back, and the actual teacher is like walking around all serious and like, okay, like calm down. And he's like, from what we've seen in your exams, your general level of Italian is very low. And I'm like, looking around, like, okay. Like, talk about generalization. And then he was like, two of you outscored the others, but the majority of you are at a very low level. I'm like, where's my test? So they hand back the test, and mine said livello intermediato, intermediate level. And I'm like, confetti, oh my god, I'm so surprised. No. So I was like, thank God. Like, please let me leave. And then other people's tests said things like A1 slash A2 and other stuff like that. I was like, I didn't know what it meant, but they told us. Patience. Anyway, so then the teacher was explaining how they're going to split us up into two groups, A and B. and that the A group is the lower level, and then the B group is the higher level. It just feels weird because usually, like, at schools at home or whatever, A is like the top and then B is like down here. It's reversed. So I'm in B group. And they haven't split us up yet because we're still waiting for the other Erasmus students to arrive. There's supposed to be 35 of us, but only like 8 of us were there yet because they haven't flown in yet. So there's that. So the rest of the class was spent doing basic things like, hi, my name is, and things I really wish I just didn't have to do. And then they played a recording of a conversation where they introduced themselves and like asked for like, oh, what's your name? Where are you from? How old are you? I was like, no, I wanted to die. And then like I put my notes on Facebook and it's like they were sassy like to the max and like it was so bad. Anyway, so then we finished that and then we came back home. We popped into a couple little shops, nothing too exciting, or just selling stuff. And then we went back to the school. We had a meeting with our advisor who explained that everything is so disorganized here and teachers just think they can do whatever they want because schools here are public schools. So at home, when we go to college and we pay a ridiculous amount of money, we're going to private institutions. But here, literally anyone can go wherever they want or not go wherever they want. So teachers just don't even care because they're not being paid enough, or maybe they're being paid too much and it just doesn't even matter. But it's just still really annoying because regardless of whether or not, like, whoever is getting paid, whatever it has to do with like money and stuff, I'm still paying my school to have an education, and then they sent me here and I expect them to treat me with respect and actually show up to their class on time, teach their class, and like I don't think that it's like rocket science to do your job. Like, correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think it's that hard. Anyway, we talked to her, and then next week we get our tickets for Venice. We're going to the carnival, and I'm really excited. And we're going by train, and we're staying in a hotel somewhere. So that'll be really exciting. Maybe I can do some of my vlogging while we're down there, half on my phone, half on my computer and stuff. But so then after that, we had our first history class, and it's history of the Mediterranean. And there were only 4 people in the class, including myself. And so the teacher sat like really close to us. We were kind of like in a circle how we arranged ourselves, and he was just like really chill and he just talked to us about history. And then some of it I felt sometimes like not really consistent though. Like we went from like the Greek and Roman like empires to suddenly we were talking about like the 90s, and like we just went through the whole history of like everything but not in any sort of order. So then it was just a little confusing what exactly we were getting out of it. Like, I got a lot of notes, and you knew when he wanted you to write stuff down, he would repeat it like 2 or 3 times in a row, like the same thing. So you'd know, okay. Or if you're sitting there and you're like, what? He would like go, he would start like repeating himself, and I'd be like, okay, wake up for like 2 seconds. But it was supposed to be an hour-long class. He showed up late, and then he kept us 45 minutes late. And I was like, so then we had to walk back, and it was darker than it would have been if we had left on time. And then that was basically it. So that was yesterday. And today I woke up and I had not really a choice, but I had an overlapping in my schedule. I had Erasmus again, and I had Spanish class. And I was like, I gotta go to Spanish because I missed Spanish last night to go to history. So I'm like, gotta go to Spanish. I really don't even need to be in Erasmus. They haven't even split us into groups yet. Unless I really need to refresh on how to introduce myself, I didn't need to go. I was like, solid. So I get up, I get ready, all of that stuff. I walk to school. And then I looked all over the building, everywhere. I asked literally everyone I could find where this classroom was, and no one knew. I wandered the whole building. I got lost several times, and I was just like, I couldn't find my class. And then I was like getting really upset because like I'd been walking around for like over an hour trying to find it and no one could help me. And then I ended up running into Paul, and then he was trying to help me, and then no one was helping. And then me and Paul trying to find Paul a bathroom, and then my class. There, we couldn't find a bathroom like anywhere. Anyway, but no. We're like wandering this whole building, we can't find anything, and then we run into the Erasmus teacher who was looking for the students. He was like, only one person showed up. Why aren't you guys there? And I'm like, I'm supposed to be in class and I can't find it. And then he didn't know where it was. And he was like, oh, okay. And then Paul was like, felt bad, so he was gonna go. And then I was like, I'll just go too because I have nothing else to do. I can't find this class. I was starting to think like it didn't even exist. So sit through Erasmus, and then they were doing really low level stuff, and then we were like, listen, like, we can't, like, no, this needs to stop. So he upped the level on us, and I was like, happy hands, like, perfect. And then he started doing a lesson about, like, etiquette and just different cultural pieces about bars here and how to order things and what to order, what they offer, what's in everything, like, total crash course you could ever need if you want to go to a bar here. Like literally everything you could need. And that's like extremely like helpful because they're everywhere and people go literally every day. So it's a big thing here. So I was like, something actually relevant. So we did that, and then we get out of class, and then on the stairs we ran into our other advisor who actually does things. And we have multiple advisors and stuff, so it's like a group of people who are trying to coordinate all of the exchange students. Some of them are more helpful than others, but that's like literally any institution is like that. But the one that really does stuff was on the stairs, and I was like, I can't find my class. So he was like, we'll find it. So we went to a room so that he could take care of something else first. And then he asked this lady, and she told him where it was. My class is in a separate building. I didn't even know that this school had multiple buildings. And it's like a 5 to 10 minute walk across like this super busy street, like just completely out of the way, almost in like a residential neighborhood, is my class in a very small building that's got 3 classrooms in it. I missed my class, but I waited for the teacher to come out of the room and I was like, hi, I was lost. And I hate stuff like this. Like, I apologize, whatever. He was like, oh, no big deal. He's like, that he got lost too. And I'm like, and then he was like, yeah, they've never, like, done this before. He's like, I've never had to teach here. He's like, I got lost trying to find it too. And I'm like, of course. Like, of course. So that's done. Start walking home, and we walked into this little shop on the way home, and it was really cute. They sell like cards, art supplies, purses. Like, I don't even know what kind of store this is. It was like a bunch of stuff, but it was like a little shop, and I bought some things for like really cheap. I only spent like €4 or whatever. I got like a ton of postcards and other things that I can't say because some of them are presents. But so then there was that, and then we came home, and I just like, what did I do? I was just like hanging out really and stuff like that. Gotta start working tonight on some lesson plans for tomorrow. I've got work. And today we went and I had to get some pictures taken. For tomorrow, we have to go to Questura to finish this ridiculous permesso di soggiorno thing. And we've got to be there at like 8:30. I don't want to wake up that early. But no, so that also means we're missing tutoring. So no. So we got pictures done, and then we went to a gelateria with our landlord, and it was so good. It was like the best thing in the whole world. They give you like two different scoops, and then they put whipped cream on it. I got crema, so that's like cream, and fior di latte. I have to look up what that is. I don't know. I don't know. But it tasted so good. It was so good. And so we ate that. And then we came home. And now I'm on my bed, hanging out. And tomorrow I've just got work. I've got to take care of my soggiorno. And then I'm going out dancing tomorrow. And that should be fun. So I'll definitely have to blog about that on Saturday. Also on Saturday, I think our landlord is taking us to the theater to see a show. So that'll be really exciting. It's only €5, so I'm not sure what kind of show it is or like whatever, but I'm really excited. It'll be something to do. And yeah, so busy day and busy night and everything. So I've got some work to do. And I'll be around though if anyone wants to talk and stuff. I enjoy hearing back from home. And Elgar passed his crew trainer test, and I'm so proud of him. And I bought him like this really cute notebook, and it's got Pokemon on it, but it's all in Italian. And like I never knew what Gotta Catch 'Em All was in Italian, but it is like the cutest thing ever. I really like it. I got one too, but mine has Butterfree on it. His has Charmander. But oh my, I'm so happy for him. He worked very hard. So if you talk to him or know him, extend your congratulations because he works very hard. Anyway, so yeah, I probably won't vlog again until Saturday night, maybe Sunday if I have time. So everyone have a very good and safe weekend, and I love and miss you all.